Hello everybody, so today I'm doing a video about Versace Dylan Blue Pour the EDT version. I'm not sure if there are other versions of it, but that's one that I'm going to be looking at today. I actually bought this yesterday from Sam's Club. Whenever you buy a fragrance, they put it in like one of these little bags, which is kind of nice. And then I've got the actual bottle right here still in the packaging, so we'll do like a little bit of like checking out the packaging and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get to that. Well, if I ever do that again, I should probably get a tripod instead of trying to do it one-handed, but what's done is done, so let's go ahead and try this out. We'll kind of show the atomizer like I normally do, and then I will apply it, and then we'll kind of get some first impressions. So here's the atomizer. Might take a couple little pumps to kind of prime it. It's a pretty good spray, like no complaints about that. Ooh, it smells good. All right, I'm gonna apply the rest of it, and then we will check back in. One of the first things that really kind of hit my nose when I was spraying it was one of the middle notes, which is black pepper. It kind of came off as a real like peppery smell, in addition to all the things you would expect out of like a blue fragrance, which I've talked about blue fragrances before. You can kind of generally expect some similarities between a lot of the ones that like have blue in their name, but that's not always the case. But yeah, so definitely picking up on some of the expected items like citrusy, kind of like a little bit of fruity smell, very like spring and summery, which this particular fragrance is like a very versatile fragrance that I'm generally like, you can wear what you want when you want. Like I'm not a big like, this is only a summer or this is only a winter fragrance or something like that. Life's too short, wear what you want. But that being said, this does evoke a lot of images of spring. It's got like water notes, it's got citrus, and also like fig. It's got like fig leaves as one of the top notes. But then I'm a little bit surprised that I'm getting so many stuff, like so many smells from the different types of notes, like the middle and the base notes. Like the black pepper is coming through very strongly, in a very pleasant way. Like I really enjoy Dylan Blue. That is in fact why I bought it. So, you know, if you're expecting or thinking I might be like, this stuff sucks, never buy this, no, that's not gonna be the case. But we will check back in and see how it develops and the longevity and stuff like that, like we normally do. And I'll check back in approximately an hour to 2 hours or so, and we'll come back for like a later check-in at like kind of 6 to 7 hour mark probably. So I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. All right, it's been about an hour and a half since I applied Dylan Blue, and let's see how it's doing. Even being up here on this bridge where it's like really windy, I'm still getting like a very strong, powerful, but not overwhelming smell. And what I like about this is that it has all of the things I really like about a blue fragrance without having that kind of shower gel sensation that we had with Polo Blue, which I still like Polo Blue too, but this kind of avoids some of those things. At this point, with it being about an hour and a half, some of those top notes have kind of faded away. I'm getting more of those middle and base notes. So now I'm getting a little bit more of like that herbaceous kind of like almost patchouli kind of scent. Also getting some of the incense from the base layers, and I'm really enjoying it. Like some of the water scents have like kind of faded away, but I really like what it's developing into. So I will kind of check back in about probably 5 hours or so, kind of just depending on what's going on in my day, and we will talk about it more then. And then we'll talk about where you can buy it. Spoiler alert, I got mine at Sam's Club, so I'm gonna talk about that. Hello everybody. It has now been about 7 hours since I put on Dylan Blue, and let's see how it's doing. It's definitely still there. It's not as strong as some that I've tried before, but it's also stronger than other ones. I've had some other fragrances that are completely gone at this point. This is probably about middle of the road, like a 4 or 5 in terms of strength and longevity at this point. And most of what's coming through right now is those deeper bass notes, Like in this case, I'm really picking up mostly on like the tonka bean and the musk. So kind of like a little bit of a generic-y smell at this point. Nothing particularly significant about it that would differentiate it from a lot of other blue fragrances. I feel like most of what makes this one special happens earlier in the application, where it doesn't really have that kind of shower gel smell that like Polo Blue has. So really, the beginning of this is the more special part, whereas the ending of it kind of just is like most other blue fragrances. I still really like it. It is one of my favorite blue fragrances that I've tried. So let's now talk about where you can get this for the best price. I actually picked mine up in store kind of on a whim. Like I didn't really actually do any research like I did for this video in terms of like where to get for the best price. But I was in Sam's Club and I was like, I'm going to treat myself. So I picked this up for myself. It was $49.98 and it is the 3.4 ounce bottle. That's 100 milliliter, kind of pretty standard sizing. And yeah, so that's a pretty good price. And it's also got Sam's Club's return policy. So it's really difficult to go wrong with this type of purchase at Sam's Club, in my opinion. Costco does not sell this one, so unfortunately they're not included in this video. But that being said, let's look at where else you might be able to get this. If you were to buy this from Versace, then they have the same 100 milliliter bottle for $120. But even though it's not the size that I got, I did want to point out that they do sell a 200 milliliter bottle, so twice as big, for $160. So if you really were compelled to buy this from Versace, like if you wanted, for whatever reason, to buy it from them, for only $40 more, you'd be getting twice the product. So I would probably spring for the 200 milliliter if you were buying it from them, which I probably wouldn't in the first place. So that's kind of a moot point, but so now you know. FragranceNet and JomaShop both have pretty similar pricing. So for this video, I'm just going to kind of feature JomaShop, but just know that you could get about the same price at FragranceNet if you have a preference of one over the other. So at JomaShop, you can get this bottle, the 100 milliliter bottle, for $55.99. And if you did want to spring for the like 200 milliliter bottle, they actually have that for $69.99. So in terms of where I think like the best place to buy this is, it kind of depends on a couple things, like it usually does, like I mentioned in my videos. One question you might ask yourself is, do I have a Sam's Club membership? If you don't, then there are a lot of reasons why you would want one, probably more than just fragrances, but that could factor into your decision if you had to get the membership. It also depends on what size bottle you want. If you only want a 3.4 ounce bottle, 3.4 ounce bottle, then I would probably go for Sam's Club, because one, the price is cheaper. Two, JomaShop has $5.99 shipping. So you're kind of looking at a better deal from Sam's Club if you already have the membership and all that stuff. But if you wanted like the big bottle, like the last a lifetime, not exactly a lifetime, but if you want that big bottle, then you can't really get better than $70 for it. That is barely more than the price of a regular size bottle from like Versace themselves. So that would kind of be my recommendation is, do you already have Sam's Club? And if you do, what size bottle do you want? And that kind of will determine where the best place for you is. Like I said, FragranceNet, more or less the same as JomaShop, interchangeable really, just a couple dollars difference. So yeah, that's kind of my take on where you can get this. I hope that you liked this video and that you found the information useful. And thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, all that jazz, makes me feel good. And I look forward to talking to you again. I'm going to try to do my videos a little bit closer together this time. I just had some work stuff and life stuff going on that kind of delayed some filming. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.